Hello, everybody. All right. We're going to be keeping today's stream a little bit on the short side. So I can get some extra rest in because I'm still feeling a little under the weather. It's not like I don't feel like terribly sick, but I definitely feel not sick. I don't know. You get that like general malaise in your head and all of that, and you feel just kind of like vaguely sick when you're starting to come down with something. Yeah. I'm gonna get some extra rest today, but I still wanted to stream, so here we are. Drinking my tea. I've realized that I'm probably gonna start to want to have iced tea again, but I don't know if it's worth making iced tea myself. So I would have to find like a bagged tea, because right now I just have two. I've got some loose leaf tea. Um, I'd have to find some bagged tea that I know I like to then make iced tea out of. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's worth the effort when I could just buy a gallon of iced tea. Unsweetened iced tea, mind you. Uh, not sure. I'm not sure. Not sure how I feel about it. Haven't decided, but the warmer it gets, the more I'm like, wow. I mean, hot tea is good and all, but at some point it's really more of an iced tea environment. I Yesterday on Lefty's channel, we played some Repo for the first time. And Repo's pretty fun. I think it has some good parts to it for one of those styles of games. It's particularly good that the base game is up to 6 players instead of 4. That's pretty good. I think overall, it can definitely be fun, but I actually do find parts of it quite tedious. And not at all scary. Like, even though the monster designs, like on paper, they're fantastic. They're really cool. I something about it just doesn't feel scary. I'm not like a huge scary game enjoyer, but I want to be a little bit scared. I don't know. I think though that like it does. I know it has a like very strong modding community, so I figure is so maybe there's some mods or something make it a little bit better, some quality of life stuff maybe. But I feel like I don't know. For me, a lot of the tediousness is just core gameplay stuff. But yeah, you know. Out of the lot, I think I still prefer Lethal Company the most. And content warning is different enough because you're just videotaping yourselves. You're not like trying to find stuff to sell and meet a quota. That I find content warning pretty fun too. And it's got its own like gags going on with it. It's just jank enough in some areas. Uh I like that you don't take fall damage in content warning, but you do ragdoll if you go a certain like if you fall far enough. Like that's fun. Ah, interesting seeing all of the like games of this type crop up. I have yet to play. Oh gosh, what's the other one? It's much closer to being more like an Among Us or Who's the Werewolf type. What is it called? It's right there, but I don't remember what it's called. I haven't played that one. I don't know. I'm munching. I have Danishes. I love a good Danish. If you give me cheese, but dessert cheese, like I like cheese anyway. but I really love dessert cheese. Like anything that's got like a dessert that has like sweet cheese. Hello, Mel. Welcome on in. Thanks for the sip sip. I will drink some water instead of some tea. There we go. I'm trying to find stuff to yap. I have arrived to remind you to drink your water. Thank you. Often Mophie, one of my mods, is really real good about reminding everybody. I don't know if she's around today or not, though. Seems like a quiet day overall, which is fine, because I'm definitely coming down with something. We're just going to take it easy, have a short stream, and then I'm probably going to take a nap. I believe a nap is on my horizon. Although it's really tempting to be outside, too, because it's a nice temperature, and the sun feels good on my skin. No nap. I 2.0. You don't get to control my naps. Sucker. I'll be the Lottie Bee, though. I am doing pretty good overall. I'm just sort of minding my health right now because I'm not feeling 100%. I definitely caught something, which either I went to my paternal grandparents' house on Sunday for Easter because they invited us, and I wouldn't be surprised if like somebody there passed something to me. Toontown, though, thought it was taken down. I'd still get it back if I could. Okay, well, Mel, about that. So yes, the original Toontown was taken down at like the original Disney run. Toontown Online is no longer a thing. However, there are two main fan versions, like fan run servers of the game, with that both have major changes to them. Although one of them is much more faithful, that would be Toontown Rewritten. We're not playing that today. That one is sort of like the more faithful adaptation. And then we have Toontown Corporate Clash, which is the one we'll be playing today. It is a much less faithful adaptation, and it has a lot of its own stuff going on, and it has a lot of quality of life changes to the game that I really appreciate. Oh God. Yeah. We're gonna yap for a bit though while I drink my tea. This is the drinking tea portion of my stream. When I get my re-debut finished, I have my new bottle. I'm gonna have a tea toggle, so I actually look like I'm sitting here drinking my tea. It'll be fun. But yeah, there's actually two like main servers running. There is a third that is in the works, which is basically Toontown in space. Don't know when that's gonna be like out and playable though. Atari Valalario. Yeah, I got my tea. I got my cuppa. I also have some Danishes because I like dessert cheese. Oh, the dessert cheese is tasty. Cheese is tasty, but you know. I'm one of the small percentage of people in their 30s that is not lactose intolerant. uh, I'm told it's probably because I have like Icelandic heritage. Uh, yeah. I got a little Scandinavian. I got like Scandi heritage. You do not sound 30. I am. I'm 31. You don't believe me? Oh, well. I was born in 1994, baby. Yep, yep. 1999 plus handling. It was really funny actually because particularly when I was working, so I worked at a factory for about 3 years. My like second year there for my birthday, I had so many people asking me if I was like of legal drinking age now, and I had to look at them and I had to go, "Guys, I'm 26." Which at the time I was 26. Uh and they'd be like, "Nah. Nah, nah, you had to have just turned 20. There's no way." I'm like, "Yes. I just have a baby face, okay? I got a baby face. It runs in the family." Very funny. I think generally my experience is people are really just bad at telling ages in person, more so online. That's different. That's hard to. That's a little bit harder to gauge when you can only hear my voice. Lottie working at the factory, she's a so bored. Actually, I I worked in an abrasives factory. So if anything, like if we're gonna translate that to Toontown, that would be like components for making bots. Do we have just like robot factory? Hmm. Yeah. Specifically, some of our when I worked at that factory, some of our biggest like customers were other places that made, let's see, um, United States currency, like coins, boats, trains, and I believe a lot of military stuff, like flak vests as well. Do see some abrasive like work when they're being made. When I say abrasives, I mean like think in some cases sandpaper, in some cases like polishing abrasives. It really depends on the uh I'm just giving you knowledge. I'm just blabbing about knowledge. I could have run this as a bit, be like, "Oh shit, that's Selma." Wow. A bit, not a bitch. Thank you. Anyway, my silly caption. I could have just rolled with that, but my brain just went bah, 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 bah. I'm gonna talk about my work that I used to do. It is the work, for those who may not know at this point, it is the work that disabled me. Uh, Putting aside my endometriosis that I was diagnosed with this year, putting that bit aside, it's the work that disabled me with my repetitive stress injury. Yep. I did like working with machines a lot though. I Something about machines really clicks for me and it can be really satisfying to work on. Don't know where I'd be in another life. Yep, yep. Oh gosh. If only I could see the past Lottie. I mean, she doesn't look that different from me now. Just less disabled, you know? Although she probably always had endometriosis. That's probably been a thing for a long time. Um yeah. Less disabled and let's see. I didn't figure out that I was autistic until I was like 27 or something. Um, and factory work is really loud. So I was like, in hindsight, I was basically overstimulated to the point of being nonverbal most of the time while at work, which was fine as long as I didn't have to talk. As soon as I had to talk, I became very agitated. uh, yeah. which is really unfortunate on the days that they gave me trainees without warning, which was something they love to do to everybody. And I'm just like, you guys could like actually the management was something. You could actually be like, hey, heads up, tomorrow morning you're going to have a trainee. But no, it's hey, heads up, you're gonna have a trainee today. So, good luck. Have fun with that. It's like, thanks. I didn't have time to mentally prepare myself for this at all. Ah. Two of my trainees were too smart to stick around, though. Quite frankly, they were both like very capable people, and they were very smart, and therefore they got the hell out of Dodge. They did not finish their training. They one of them only stuck around for a couple days and said, "No, I'm out," and the other one lasted like maybe a week or two, I think. And it was just like, nah. I had one more who was not fit for the job. It was a very physically taxing job, and I knew she wouldn't last more than a couple days. It's hard enough on like fully able bodies as it is. Very difficult job. I worked in quick change. So quick change discs, that's what you guys are getting. You guys are going to get knowledge about during the Yap session today. You're going to get knowledge about stuff I did in the past. Quick change discs. I'm going to show you what some of them look like. This is even our product. Look at that. I made a lot of this. Hold on. I'm not going to save this. So what I'm just going to do here. This stuff. This stuff right here. Let me just this. These are quick change discs. And you even have a pretty good variety here. We didn't make I don't think we made the metal ones. I don't think we had machines that did that. I don't remember, but we definitely made these. Although these are covered in flash. Goodness gracious. Maybe I don't know when, but like I saw this stuff day in day out. So these are S buttons, and these are R buttons. And basically, pretty much all day, I would put these discs in a machine and uh, weld these buttons on. Which primarily those machines were what's the word? Hold on, let me think. When machines primarily use air to function. What is the word for machines that use air? Pneumatic. They're primarily pneumatic machines. Uh, which kind of cool. It's kind of fun in a lot of ways, but it was also a very fast-paced and repetitive job. And human bodies just are not made for that. Like they're just not. Like my body gave out quite a bit sooner, but everybody's bodies give out eventually with jobs like those. I just heard that nonstop um, from my physical therapists. Like they're like, yeah, most of the people we see in here are like people twice your age who have been doing those kind of factory jobs for like 20 plus years, and their bodies are deteriorating, and like the only thing like my first therapist was like she said the only thing I can really tell them is to quit. And I'm just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ugh, c'est la vie. I I don't This is why we need to return to crab. What? Crab? Wait, what? What are you saying to me, Moby? These words, they're words. And I know what they all mean individually, but together I cannot parse this sentence. Oh, goodness. Uh, at the end of the day, though, like, if I hadn't, human bodies need to return to crab. Okay, okay. Uh, I don't, I can't say that becoming disabled was the worst thing for me. It comes with its own challenges. Um, but on the other hand, I wouldn't be sitting here streaming if I hadn't. I'd still be working 40 to 55, sometimes 60-hour work weeks. Um, like I'd still be working my tail off. Yeah. So, it's one of those things of like one door closes, another one opens kind of deal. Oh, that sound was me putting food in my mouth. I need to blow my nose. I can feel it getting stuffed. Ooh, here we go. But yeah, I did that. I made those. Um, so basically, they're called quick change discs because they get attached to a machine that spins like a little handheld guy that spins them. They come in all shapes and sizes and stuff, and grit qualities, and the numbers on some of those discs you saw denote that. Um, and basically, they just pop them on and then use them and then pop it off, get a new one. They're called quick change for that reason. They're quick change. Yep, yep. I can only, you know, when I think about it, when I think about it, so the quick change machines that we had, that the Superior has, there's three of them, were closely guarded secrets because not only was the quick change department like the breadwinner for the company pretty much. Like they do a whole lot of other things, but that's where they make their most amount of money. The machines were designed by the VP of the company and they are unique to the company. Nobody has machines designed the same way. Usually, um, so basically, these are big machines that do six at a time. And usually, for quick change discs, otherwise, they mostly just have like single, like one a piece at a time, like sit down machines. So these are a lot more, what's the word? What's the word? Efficient. Although they break down constantly. Uh, However, I'm thinking about it, and I realize that Superior Abrasives does not have anybody sign a non disclosure agreement or anything like that to cover the designs of those machines from being leaked. And I'm just thinking about that because I remember how those machines functioned quite well. Oh god, I have insider knowledge. I don't know if they ever considered that, especially because the guy who made them, he type of guy that really looked down on basically anybody that didn't have a degree, like college degree work, which was basically all of us in quick change. And I just look at him and I'm just like, my guy, if I had the training, like if I had the training, I could do your job, but you could not do my job. Like he could not actually, like he designed the machines, but he could never actually spend like a whole day running one of them. He'd keel over. Anyway, like so I don't know if they even considered that anybody might remember enough of the machines to be able to replicate it with efficiency. Yeah, I remember. I can't do anything with this knowledge really because I'm not in that field anymore. But I remember. Ah, time to sell design schematics for a living. Ay, ay, ay. Reverse engineering something is very different. And I can't say anything about the electronics half because these I mean, probably if I could sit down with somebody like an engineer, we could probably figure it out. Hi, Doodle. Hello, honey. Welcome on in. It's great to see you. Hello, hello. I've just been talking about my previous work and how, even though the machines I worked with were a closely guarded secret of the company, I never signed a non disclosure agreement. And I actually remember quite a lot about these machines. So, like, I'm not actually going to do anything with this because, again, I'm not in that field of work, nor do I really want to be. But let me be clear, everybody. There have been companies that staked out the like not the new building because they did move buildings, but there was an old when they were in a previous building. There were companies that staked out the building to try and get a glimpse of the inside of the building and get pictures of these machines. Whenever we had visitors in the factory, they'd set up these huge black curtains around our entire department to hide the machines so the visiting engineers could not get a glimpse of them. Closely guarded secret. They never made me sign a non disclosure agreement, though. I it's actually mostly like I'm not gonna do anything, but it tickles me to think about it because I do remember most of these machines. I knew pretty well how they functioned. I understood them pretty well. I got to the point at the job where there was a lot of problems that I could fix myself instead of calling maintenance. Um, which was really nice. Depends on what broke though, because if it was like a full ass part, then like maintenance had to go get a new part anyway. So no, no, that's so weird. They never made you sign. I don't think it ever occurred to them that anybody might do some like insider. It's not even insider trading because that's like a legal term. That's illegal. But like it's so weird. They never made you. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know if. Let's go to the shadows now. But first, what? What are you gonna do? I'm not over. You cannot hit me because it does not move with my model. I could move. I could. It could be. It could be like whack-a-mole. Lottie, but ASMR mode. Oh, you got it. Hold on. Here we are. We're doing ASMR mode, Lottie, for 10 minutes. I hope you enjoy this, and if not, well, it sucks to be you because 2.0 redeemed the 10-minute. And this is why the 10-minute one is 8,000. Hello, hello. That's one of those things where you either have a full-time lawyer to tell you you need that, or you learn the hard way. I feel like if anybody in that factory had any like, if they were smart or wise at all, which they're not, a lot of them don't even know their workers' rights, because the company comes down really hard on people about talking about their wages, and that's not a legal thing to do, in the United States. Um, 1,000 version that lasts the entire stream. I don't know that many people that would be able to, redeem that, although my mother definitely would. She has way over that. I am not exaggerating because my mother has been basically she opens my streams on her phone and, um, she's been to basically all of my streams since I started streaming, and she never spends any of her points. So she has many, 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 many points. But yes, um, yeah, there's so many things going on in that factory, and I'm just like, this is just how it is in a lot of factories is the problem. Like, there's a lot of things that go under the radar, in a lot of like workplaces in the States and in other places. And people really need to know their rights and to be able to stand up for themselves. Even one time while I was still working there, I actually got my um, hand slapped a little bit because I did let slip that I was making nearly $16 an hour to the rest of my coworkers, um, which was much higher than everybody else because I really pushed for that. Uh, then I kind of just they brought me in to talk to my manager about it, and she was like, "You really shouldn't be doing that." And I was just like, "Okay, I I really I didn't I don't know. It wasn't so bad that I had to be like throw the book at them or anything, but like pretty much just a settle up and smile kind of response of like I'm not going to listen to a single thing you say, but I'm going to on paper pretend I am. Mom playing the long game for that redeem. It would be rather funny to have that big of a redeem. I don't know that many truly most of you are not going to have that many points. Let's see, yeah, a lot of companies rely on bullying tactics that focus on people who don't know their rights. Yes, yes, for sure. And there's like a dividing factor too among everybody. Um, like that environment in that factory is like pretty bad because nobody has like working class solidarity. They're at each other's throats and gossiping like all the time. Um, so they don't really have each other's backs, and that's why they're not gonna like strike for better pay or working conditions or anything like that because they don't have solidarity with one another, which is pretty much required for you to do anything like that. Um, I have finished my tea. However, since ASMR mode requires me to hold the microphone in my hand, like it's in my hand up to my mouth, um, we are just going to keep talking until the ASMR mode is up. And then we're gonna play some Toontown. I don't know what this sounds like. I've never tested this microphone to do this with because um, I hate ASMR content with a burning passion. I hate it so much. And let me tell you, this is speaking as somebody who actively gets ASMR from random shit. And like I really like how ASMR feels, like the actual like when when it's happening. It's really great. It's like a fantastic brain tingly. It feels amazing. Um, ASMR content basically never does it for me. And if it does for anybody else, it's more power to them, I suppose, but it just irritates me. Uh, so, you know, Toontown ASMR. I mean, I can load up Toontown, but as I only have one hand, we're not going to be able to. Well, I guess I don't need all my hands to play Toontown here. I'm going to move over. You got 3 more minutes of ASMR, Lottie. Whatever that's worth. I was really not expecting 2.0 to pull out an AS. The last few times 2.0 has done barking like a dog. But I guess maybe that bit's been a little bit overdone now is because we've done that about 4 or 5 times at this point. So I'm glad at least 2.0 knows how to mix it up, you know? That's nice. That's good. Oh gosh. Oh yes, our catalog. There's nothing in the catalog, but it's like a notification and I have to I have to get rid of the notification. I have to do the thing, otherwise it's just gonna keep being like, oh hey, you have a new catalog that you haven't looked at yet. It's not a new catalog because Corporate Clash has a lot of things going for it, but the catalog is not, super. This is that one. It's not unusual in between the 21. What's new, pussycat? Yeah, that is kind of the vibe. I can agree with that. I don't know why I'm looking through this. There's nothing I'm going to buy. Anyway, we got 1 more minute of ASMR Lottie. If there's anything you want me to repeat back to you, now is probably the time. I filled up on gags like a smart little clown the last we were here, so that's great. Go help this person with the dungeon. We can do that. That'll be easy peasy. Just help them all out. Yes, yes. Wonder Sticks. Hello, Wonder Sticks. I have to type with one hand. Honk. Honk, honk. Ow. Ow. Can't believe this. Okay, now I'm looking in the shadows low. Oh, 2.0. You bully. Alright. You pin this back. Okay, that's it. It's a really easy fight. You just gotta focus on this. Easy peasy fight. Yes, thank you 2.0. I hope you have a good day, honey. Do. I don't know, it was actually kind of fun just whispering at you all. I don't know. Well, it was kind of fun. Not that I ever talk crazy. Man, these bad invaders. And report. Bam, bots. Telling viewers. Submit. Remember, everybody, you also have to report your bots. Hi, Ash. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. You just missed ASMR Lottie. 2.0. 2.0 redeemed ASMR from me. Very unexpected. Report what? Your bots. These people will ban bots that are like follower seller bots, you know, the usual types. They'll ban them, but not everybody remembers to report them. And Twitch is actually really good about removing bots, like their accounts. So gotta remember to report them. I will say, you know what, no matter whether, you know, some people stream on Twitch, some people stream on YouTube, but overall, Twitch has a much better admin. Let me tell you, their administrative is a lot nicer. Oh, I was wondering why their messages were deleted. Yeah, it was just a bot. It was really like, there's viewers here. So, I need to... At some point, I need to have Seribot and get that set up, because Seribot's actually really good at catching that kind of thing, whereas like the basic auto mod, because the bots have now started adding symbols and stuff in their sentences that they send out, Automod doesn't catch it. Yeah. The whole thing. The whole thing. Ba-ba-ba. Oh. I'm gonna sit here and eat the rest of my Danish before it gets too stale from being out. Then we're gonna help this fella with this boss, which lore-wise, I think this boss is super fun. It's a very easy fight. No, won't be a big deal. I didn't know Twitch had bots. They sure do. Oh boy, there we go. I'm gonna blow my nose again. One moment. Ugh. Mildly concerning that sometimes when I blow my nose now, I get the distinct aftertaste of blood. Possible it's just bruising and stuff, though. My allergies have been really bad in the last month, so... I'm not actually bleeding. I don't have a bloody nose or anything. It just... I don't know. Ah, this poor fella, stuck down here, trapped. You know what this does to a person? This. Yeah, I'm sick. Viral infection. So fun. Aw. Well, I hope you feel better soon. I'm coming down with something as well, I think. Why we're gonna keep this to a relatively short stream today. Figuring like an hour and a half. Like pretty short. If I could take a nap. Have a nice little nap. It's a good day for it too. It's bright and sunny. I can have like my curtains drawn and just take a nap-see with my window open. Be good. The window's already open, but you know. Show me no empathy. Yeah, poor guy. I'll show you empathy. Poor buddy. Poor mans. Oh, I have to throw. Burr, burr, burr. We're gonna get him. Doot, doot, doot. Yow. And a dance. And a dance, 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 and a dance, dance, dance. Oh, welcome. Ah, boo. Boo. Oh. Do it again? We'll get him down. It's fine. Two misses in a row with lore? Mostly just coughing, itchy throat, and runny nose. Hey, Stone Knight! Hello, and welcome in! It's not too bad, that Ash, at least. You're not running a fever or anything. I got really badly sick back in February, and then that cough has kind of just been lingering this whole time. Like, if I'm being 100% honest, my cough has not gone anywhere. Lottie lottie booba booba? Lottie body booba. Are you gonna turn me into a box? Is this a magic spell? I'm gonna pretend it is. There you go. Ambrose cast a spell at me, everybody. You saw it. You saw it happen. You saw it. Hi, Ambrose. Hi, honey. Love you. Unintended side effect. It happens. It does happen when you just say words. How are you? I am doing pretty great. Aside from cubed, and a little bit sick too. Feel like I'm in a good mood today, though. You know, I'm ready for. I don't know why I tried. Good job. Body the cubed clown. The cutie cubie. Here we go. Done and done. Yeah, we're keeping to a short stream today, and all of that, but otherwise, feeling pretty good. Looking forward to my nap. Story bosses ain't all that hard. Yeah, main story bosses aren't too bad. Hi, I'm Lottie. I'm a cubed little clown. This is my cubed little tent. Now, I'm not going to do it because it's going to be, like, I already have a good enough workload. I don't need to add more stuff onto my workload, but it would be really funny. It would be very funny to turn everything, the background, into cubes. Just make the balloons into cubes and the tent more cube shaped. Be pretty funny. Be pretty funny. I'm realizing, hold on. I didn't need for my logo to be over top. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where are you? Streambox. Curtains left. There it is. Here we go. I didn't really mean for that all the way down yet. Here we go. Didn't really mean for that to be over top like that. It's a little distracting. Insert side eyes. It'd be funny. It'd also be a lot. I'd basically have to make an entire, like, secondary scene that is functionally the same as this one, except cubed. I could just swap between them. Okay, what the heck are we doing? Probably a facility. It's, you know what? I don't need the duck shuffler, but the duck shuffler, kind of fun. We'll take that. That'll work. Being a box. Yeah. Just build it as best you could in Minecraft. The key. You have the needed area. What? Why? That's even more work. Why would I do it that way? What? Let you do it. You know what? I bet you would. I bet you would. But why? It would take me less time to cube everything. It's just like the images. Like, legitimately, it wouldn't even... like, de-round everything. Make the clouds cubes, too, because I have so much free time. Yeah, I believe that. If that's what you want to do, I'm not going to stop you, honey. It would be kind of funny to have a Minecraft version of the background. It comes in layers, though. That might be difficult. That is, like, mine comes in layers. It's like, this isn't one solid piece, you know? Because I gotta be able to like, move stuff up and down. And I'm a big boy. I can do it. Okay. Do beating up cell bots. Basically bullying. Yippee! Yippee! Pretty much the only reason for me to do this building is for training and for the executive. I've got like, what was it, like 180 executives or something? And there hasn't been a single yippee! Thank you for the yippee. There hasn't been a single executive yet. Anyhow, I'm gonna go back to B now. The bit's over. I guess we could do sound. Yeah, I suppose this would make sense. No! No what? I can't wait for you to do this, Ambrose, so I can shout you out even more. Yeah, that's what would happen. No, fine. Fine what? There you go. Yeah. All right. Back to box, Lottie. The power was with you all along. I should really put the Lottie but cooler redeem on as well, which is quite literally just me with my big clown sunglasses. They're not even really sunglasses. They're just like regular glasses. Well, they're not regular, but they're oversized clown glasses. Anyway, whatever. I should do that at some point. Which is... There's always something more to do. At least now I don't have the... Like, I got my VOD channel set up and I reduced all, like, my, highlight hours on Twitch, so I don't have that looming over my head anymore. Although they did extend the deadline to May. Which I'm not surprised they had to do. Boop-a-doo. The next floor! The mid floors are my favorite. Because of the stars. Even if they're blurry stars. Hello, Pix! Welcome in! Hello, hello! I hope you're having a good week! And I need to catch one of your streams again. It's been so long since I've caught one of your streams. It's... Oh. Can we pretend that the airplanes in the night skies are like blurry stars? I can use a wish right now. What if they're not airplanes? What if they're cogs? I had a bit of a scare, but it's better now that I have Fudge. You had a bit of a scare? Are you okay? I hope you're okay. I enjoy your Fudge. I've yet to have... Yeah, enjoy your Fudge. Yes. I don't think cogs grant wishes, but what if they did? You hear me? What if they did? I feel like it would make everything worse for cogs if they could grant wishes. I feel like that would be detrimental to them. Indefinitely. They're pretty much already, like, bullied as it is, you know? Although maybe they shouldn't have picked a fight they couldn't finish, you know? But that's a whole other... If there's good cogs and bad cogs, are there also mean toons? Absolutely there are mean toons. We've met some. They're very mean. Hello, Lefty. How's the Toontown going? It's going pretty good. Must have just been yapping. You know, as one does. Yap City. Right now I'm getting a lot of trap training in, which is fantastic. Because I need a lot of trap training. Look at him go! Yippee! My favorite is when you do enough damage and they just disappear into the void. Where do they go? Probably to an oubliette when it comes to the trap door. Oubliette! Hey, captions, how come you got oubliette right the first time but not the second time? Now you're just saying... Okay. Huh. That's fine. Oubliette. So, you gave up? Okay, that's fine. The captions are confused, but they've got the spirit. Yeah, you know. No, they don't. They're robots. Aww. I'd be looking around as I get foodie sorted, so I just wanted to say hi. Yeah, hello, Lefty. I adore you too. Enjoy your fuds. I keep track of how long Boxby is redeemed for, except that it's probably just going to be the remainder of the stream. Because I wasn't going to stream for too much longer, like another half hour. Thank you for the sip. Wow. I've started, it's a smaller glass than I had before, but I have a water pitcher on my desk most of the time anyway, so it's not a big deal, but I've got one of those, like, heavy bottom tumbler glasses. Not tumbler like that. Captions. Wrong kind of tumbler. Well, it's fine. Because I've had cats knock over my water glass enough times that I'm just like, okay, we need to do something about this. We're just gonna have a glass that they can't knock over it anywhere near as easily, so I don't get water everywhere all the time. Like 3 times. 3 times is too many. Okay, 2 of those times, granted, 2 of those times were Donnie. One of those times was Litten, though. And that was recently. And thankfully, she knocked it off my desk, right? So none of the water landed on my desk or my electronics. But it did mean I had water all over the floor. So, that happened. Oh yeah, I forgot we applause for that one anyway. I was gonna applause, but we already do that. Hee hee. Now this fella is gonna become one with the building. Never to be seen again. You're part of the concrete now, baby. Or whatever this building's made out of. It feels like it's gotta be like mostly concrete. Maybe some of it's marble, but I don't know. Ooh, we can do sound again, my fellas. Yeah, that's what I thought. Boop. There they go. Whoosh. More of them. Hey, there's 3 of them. And they're all Migglers. Are you a polycule? Let's see. You don't have... Alright, so then... do it this way. To dust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Whoop. To the roof. Feel the roof, roof. Look at that guy. Ooh, 3 execs. Not a bad shout. Yeah, that'll work. TNT! Do I have a phrase for TNT? I don't think so. I got Hypno Eyes, X marks the spot. I gotta reach for the sky. That's not quite. I got this whole chunk of candy themed ones and stuff. Lightning! Off to go! Are we waiting? We going? We waiting. Alright. What do we got? Let's see, 180. Ooh, we did all. I don't think we all had to do, but that's okay. It probably won't matter. Overkill! Haha. More of them! That's what I figured. Ooh, I might be able to trap these ones. Let me see what we got. Oh, we just gotta do, well, about that. That's what I have. I guess that's probably enough anyway. Oh. We missed. We missed. We missed. Well, I guess that means I might be able to get some tune-up in. It gets harder and harder to get tune-up training at higher levels. I got targeted twice. How rude. We probably don't need to heal. Ding. Lots and lots and lots of trap training from this building, which is fantastic. I love that they leave their shoes behind with the wrecking ball. It's so funny. Yeah. Yippee! Do 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 boom boom bum bum na na na. Here we go. Good job. Yay! My slow way up to get that exec Dogs, kudos, task done. Oh. I needed the cell bot anyway. I do a little wiggle. I can feel myself fading, so we're definitely due for a nap here. We have a few more minutes, like 15, then we'll wrap up. Probably could do one more boss. Or building, depending on... Oh, Senior VP's right there. Hello. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you enjoy your stay in my tent. We have fun here. I need... I'm a box right now. I don't know if you were already in here and saw me got turned into a box, or if you're just coming in now. Speaking of boxes, look at all these boxes. I do like standing on top of the boxes. I guess we'll go fishing while we wait for the last 3 to fill up. We'll fight the VP, and then we'll wrap up for the day, so I can go take a napsies. There, a fishing hole on this street. Yes. Let's go. There must be a robber baron invasion on this one. Yippee! Up. I'm gonna blow my nose again. There we go. Made my ears pop a little bit. Oh. Yes, I think, judging by how I feel like right now, I think keeping it to a shorter stream was the correct call for the day. We still had a good time, though. What more? Oh, Fish, are you gonna... Okay, I was about to be so mad if it just avoided my jelly beans. There. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, I went too far. Ow. I don't want your boots. I want fish. I want fish. I'm not 100% clear on how I need to go about like finishing my fish collection, like getting all the fish in Corporate Clash. I don't know if it's any different or if it's exactly the same as the original game, if they've done anything with that. Not entirely clear. Ah, somebody's a little bit bugged out there. Smiling. Because the clown smile looks so cute and the cog text is so cute. I'm Mr. Hollywood now. Oh boy. Do 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 do. Ah. I mean, we can do that, but yeah. Sure, I can. I don't care enough, though. It's just VP. Ba-ba-ba. I can always make more. It don't matter. It's just a VP. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. Ow. There they go. Bye. $30, $30, $30, $90. Yeah, it'll be fine. Awooga. I wish sometimes I wish the kazoo, because the kazoo tickles me so much, I wish the kazoo was a higher level like gag. Oh, I basically never get to like. In theory, I could forge one for like a little jokesy every once in a while, you know. But it's not the same. 50-50. Da, 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 da. There you go. Now we're winded. I didn't see Rain's cage up there. Cage was missing. But not loaded. Maybe it was too high up. I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe too high. I almost got right over. If I had moved. I say that like it doesn't happen almost every time. Burp, 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 burp. Yes, it's fine. Do, 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 do. There you go. I'll take it because I got trapped. Can't do that, so it's gonna be 1 hit point left. 90. It'll do. It's whatever. It'll do the least amount of damage anyhow, and we all have plenty of life. It's no big deal. Boop. Oh wow, that body just disappeared. There's 22. The part they don't talk about when they talk about Toontown is the amount of math that you do. Speed math in your head that you do. Play these games. They don't tell you about the math. Very funny to me. Oh. There you go. Boop, 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 boop. Except that it has to be me using the squirt gag. There we go. Do. Ow. Boop, This section is gonna go pretty fast. Everybody's really on the ball. More pies. Here's a sail geared towards you. It is understandable and also very funny. Every time anybody looks at Toontown, they go, yeah, that's a lot of game. How do we know it's a lot of game? It's filled with puns from head to toe, and it has whimsy. There we go. Good job. Woo! Yippee! So we got a couple little things done. Ooh, they're getting close to the next zap. Ba-da-ba-da-da-doo. Alright then. I am definitely due to lay down. I can feel it. I can feel it in me. Body's just like, whoa. Oh, wow. Nonetheless, this was very fun. It's always great to have everybody. Just have a good nap time, but thank you. We're just gonna stay as a box. I don't know when it was redeemed. You know what? It's okay. Yep. That's it for today. If you like the show, come back for more. I stream Monday through Thursday, and we have fun here in the tent. I do need to find somebody to raid. I don't otherwise have any announcements for the week, because we just have Epic Mickey tomorrow, assuming I'm not feeling too under the weather. And that's pretty much all we got planned for the week. Who do we have? Aha! So, there is a clown that I followed recently that I haven't gotten to raid into yet, which is Frubin. They're playing Slay the Spire, so we're going to raid into them. Alright. Like I said, that is it for me for the day. Thanks for coming to the show. I'll go take a nap. Remember to stay silly out there, everybody, okay? I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.